How is this random kid from Utah playing like a Heisman? Here's the story of Zach Wilson.
Here, it's a design quarterback run for Wilson, straight ahead, first down, and touchdown, BYU!
Zach Wilson was born on August 1999 in Draper, Utah, which is only about a 35-minute drive from BYU. Zach was a naturally gifted athlete since he was young, and his father said that in his first football game, when he was around 8 years old, he had 2 touchdowns and even a pick six.
And I think that game you ran 2 touchdowns in and you had a pick six. You remember that?
Zach was pushed hard by his parents to work hard with football and eventually became a great player because of it. Although Zach Wilson dominated youth sports, he was undersized and didn't get any snaps on varsity until his sophomore year. That year, Zach threw a whopping 148 yards and played in 3 games. He also had 1 touchdown and 1 interception and an amazing 19 yards rushing. As you can see, he wasn't immediately a star. That wasn't until his junior year, when he started taking football seriously, and in turn, he had a much better year, with over 2,700 yards, 20 touchdowns, and only 5 interceptions, and nearly 120 quarterback rating in 10 games. Upon that, he rushed for over 500 yards and 2 touchdowns. Somehow, Zach improved his senior season and threw for nearly 3,000 yards and 24 touchdowns, along with only 8 interceptions and an 107 quarterback rating. Zach also ran the ball much better and had over 750 yards and 8 touchdowns. Zach had a great senior year and seemed to excel in everything. Even with these stats, Zach was only ranked the 958th prospect in the country, the 38th best pro-style quarterback, and 13th best prospect from Utah, with a bunch of offensive linemen and linebackers above him. Zach was a 3-star recruit and ended up getting offers from Hawaii, Fresno State, California, Boise State, and BYU. Originally, Zach was committed to Boise State, but BYU was committed to getting Zach and talked with him and his family for around 5 hours when they drove down, and impressed the Wilson family so much that in turn Zach committed to play for the BYU Cougars. Surprisingly enough, growing up, him and his family were Utah Utes fans, but since Zach didn't get a scholarship to the University of Utah, he went to BYU. The family was so entwined with Utah that as a kid, Zach went to the Utah football camps at the university. It makes sense because Zach's father played for Utah from 1992 to 1995 as a defensive tackle, and upon that, his mother was a huge Utah fan. But without a Utah offer, the next best decision was BYU. Zach was so interested in playing at BYU that he took difficult classes sophomore year in order to graduate early. As Zach would put it, he didn't take any fun classes with his friends. Zach was able to graduate halfway through his senior year and was able to go to BYU in January 2018. He missed some of his high school experience, but was motivated to get ahead of the game and get bigger and stronger. His parents had one rule, that he had to go to the senior prom, and he went along with 2 BYU cheerleaders. Zach went from going against 17-year-olds in high school to 20-year-olds, as many of the players were LDS missionaries who were just coming back from their missions. Because of this, Zach was able to mature physically and mentally by challenging himself by leaving early, and he even was able to start 7 games as a true freshman and was the youngest quarterback to start a game in BYU history. Wilson threw for over 1,500 yards and 12 touchdowns with only 3 interceptions. Wilson even played well enough to start in BYU's bowl game against Western Kentucky and completed all 18 of his passes for over 300 yards and 4 touchdowns. As you can tell, BYU demolished Western Kentucky 49-18. Zach went into his sophomore year looking to improve, and he practically replicated his success in his freshman year, but honestly regressed a bit. And although he threw for 2,300 yards and 11 touchdowns and 9 starts, he also threw for 9 interceptions. Although Wilson ran for over 150 yards and 3 touchdowns, showing off a little bit of that dual threat ability. The stats are a bit deceiving because he had a 4-touchdown game against UMass and beat down on teams like Toledo and SDSU. Even with this underwhelming season, Wilson was a 2019 Maxwell Award watch list nominee. I don't know what's up with Zach Wilson this year, but he's just going off.
The speed, and he dives for the end zone. Touchdown!
I guess he just replicated his high school junior season so far. This season, Zach has played much better than his past 2 seasons and is in the Heisman conversation. So far this season, in only 5 games, Zach has thrown for over 1,600 yards and 12 touchdowns, with only 1 interception and a 207 quarterback rating. Upon that, Zach is rushing the ball better, with exactly 100 yards and 6 touchdowns. So far this year, Zach has been putting up video game numbers. An argument can be made at the terrible competition, but BYU went against solid teams like Louisiana Tech, Navy, and recently Houston. And in those games, BYU has played really well, except for his first half performance against Houston and their close game against a terrible team in UTSA. Yet, with the easy schedule up ahead, it's looking like BYU might go undefeated. Are they really that good of a team? No. But Zach has elevated BYU to a whole new level, and they are a new team and are undefeated. To put it in perspective, BYU was going 6-6 during Zach's freshman season. No matter what you say, Zach is having a great year and is looking phenomenal, which means even more with him playing on an average team in BYU. Who would have thought a kid from a small town in Utah would be dominating college football?
As him in Zach Wilson's voice, he zips that one there to the pylon, and it's caught for a touchdown.
Thanks for watching that video. Subscribe and like for more videos like this, and recommend videos for me to make in the comment section down below. I appreciate all the support, and peace out.